So that's fish pole,
Uh-huh.
river cane
Yep.
pole.
And your line will be the little strings we learned how to make over there. Bobber and a sinker. And this hook is, they call it a gorge hook. Just a stick. Put it like that, and you wad like dough around it or
Okay.
liver or something. Then when they would swallow it, it would go down and you pull it and it would just get
Yeah.
stuck in their throat.
Yeah.
They made regular hooks out of bone. You take a leg bone or something and it's hollow in the middle, and you just cut a little thin section of it off, cross section, and then you cut away part of it and it would just leave the hook, and then you could sharpen it up just like that all over there.
Cool.
Make it real sharp. Here's some of the different stone tools they use. This is a couple of axes. They was often used them when it was at war for clubs. The way they'd chop a tree down, they would build a fire around it and let it burn. And then when they got a charcoal on there, they'd take this and scrape off all the charcoal, and they just let fire keep burning until it would just fall
All
on its
over.
own, or you could push it over.
That's the easy way. Makes
Use all that
sense.
energy.
Really?
A couple of tomahawk. They would just carry one of these in their belt all the time. They could use it to chop stuff, chop bones, little bushes and things, or they would use it when they was at war for everything. Here's a couple of tree knots. Just fungus gets in the tree and makes a knot like that. This one's still on the stick that it grew on.
Wow.
And those things are strong. I don't think you probably ever break that one. They used to get big ones like this and drive fence posts in.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask what they
Called
use that for.
Knot maul.
Not mole.
If they'd wound an animal while they was out hunting, they could have one of them with them and they could finish it off.
Right.
Here's some different shoulder blades. This off a deer, this off a elk, and that's off a buffalo.
That's the big one.
There's a guy over in West Virginia somewhere that raises buffaloes.
I was gonna say how. I mean, they had buffalo here
Oh, yeah.
a long time ago,
Yeah, they
but
had
I wonder
buffalo and elk.
what, when it died out here or moved west or.
It was in the 1800s, I think.
Okay.
They killed them all off, and then one year they saw a bull and a calf somewhere, so they found it and killed him. And a few years later, they found a cow and a calf. And they killed him off. They will make sure there was nothing living. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, 1800s.
This is a backbone off a buffalo the guy gave us. That's a small one there. A couple jaw bones. That little tool there was used for scraping. When they
Scraping the
they'd
hides.
scrape the hides, they'd scrape the hair off with it and stuff. So it was real handy. These jaw bones, they use these for in war, for club, or throwing them.
Hurt somebody.
Yes, they could. That would hurt. There's a hoe made out of a shoulder blade.
Okay. Cool.
Here's a couple of spears. Bad shape from leaning against that wall they bowed. This head's made out of a bone,
Okay.
and this one's made out of a rock. You can get these real sharp just like that all, but
Yeah.
kids go crazy to it. There was a couple yesterday acting like that. So you could throw them 50 feet or something like that, not that far accurately. A lot of times the way they'd use these, the group would get together and they would herd the animals and get them pinned up somewhere, and then a couple of people would take and jab them up under the ribs or in the neck or right through the eyeball to get to the brain. They were good for that. And here's the next spears. They're lightweight. They fly like a dart. And they got the bone and the rock. Now these are real light. They don't have much. Here you go. Not much to them.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't throw them very
Really
good.
light, yeah.
So they would use a throwing stick. It's called an addle. Yeah.
I thought I'd read
You know what that is? They would just hook on like that,
Oh, cool.
and then they would just throw it,
Huh.
and that would just push it,
Right.
give you a
Need
lever.
more leverage.
And then they could, some of the guys, Indians that come down here, they say their guys can throw them way over 100 yards easily.
Really?
And
Wow.
Said they can hit a golf ball at 30 yards. So, pretty accurate weapon.
Yeah, because it's so lightweight, it could go far.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
that's right. It wouldn't have all the drop like that
Right.
big air, spear does. That's made out of hickory, and that's that sinew over there. Women had to do a lot of chewing to make that. And there's a quiver made out of the bark, like that one bucket was. And there's a couple of arrows. Those just have reeds.
Okay.
They'd be fine for small people, but something this big, it's probably shattered when you let go of it. It has so much force. And then there's a kitty one.
That's cattail.
No, I believe
No.
it's a dowel. Looks
Oh,
like
okay. Modern cattail.
right, modern cattail. And the hides, once they brought the animal in, the women would take over and they'd skin them and work all the meat up. If they wanted to take the hair off, they would take.
That's scraping tool.
They take the wood ashes first.
Oh,
They
okay.
mix it with water and that makes lye,
Okay.
and they would put over the whole thing, and then they'd roll them up and leave for a couple days, and then they'd take their scraper and
Oh, okay.
it about pull off real easy
Yeah.
at that time. And then they'd take their hide. They would have saved the brains out of it. They would use the brains mixed with urine and all the enzymes in that to tan them. Yeah,
Oh.
it'd smear it all over it. And then once they had that set for however many days, they would take it and roll it up and put it around a small pole. And there are certain ways they roll them where it just makes a solid thing here. Then they just stick a stick there and wring it real good, as hard as they
Okay.
can both ways. That breaks the fiber up and gets the softening process. Then the women just sit around and pull it like this. Or they can have a post, they can buff it over a post, just anything to break the fibers loose. Then if they have her fire and they'll have put a teepee over top of it, and then they'll just drape this over the teepee if they want it colored, and it turns it brown like that,
Oh,
the smoke does.
Yeah.
Then when you're done, just a nice soft piece of buckskin.